Hi everyone, it's Friday. No surprise, we've all been looking forward to it. It's also the 16th day of August, just to let you know. Puts us over the halfway mark for the month of August, and fall is just quickly approaching, and I'm not ready to go there as of yet, but a lot of folks anxiously awaiting the arrival of the next season. Nevertheless, it's not here this weekend. Temperatures have bounced back up to that 90-degree mark on a couple of occasions in your short-term forecast. We'll talk more about that in just a few moments. A host of Johnson County indictments, a former Magoffin County man among them, indicted for, among other things, essentially trying to practice law without a license. We're still trying to gather some more details. I've got a drug bust that happened at the behest of the Syersville Fire Department. I just spoke with Chief of Police Matthew Watson and Neil Adams, who, of course, was previously for many years with the Magoffin County Sheriff's Department, but as of late has gone to the Syersville City Police Force. And they stopped a significant amount of drugs, still yet to be determined, coming from Louisville directly to the Magoffin County area. I'll have that. It's breaking in just a few moments. Got a little entertaining. I always tried to find something entertaining for you, and this has nothing to do with musical entertainment as I often do on Fridays. But if theme park's your thing, if Kings Island is your thing, I'm going to take you on a ride. Just watching it on the TV kind of made my stomach flip just a little bit. We'll talk about their newest attraction, which is going to be here pretty soon in just a few moments. A couple of things before we get to local headlines. The Secretary of Labor for the Commonwealth of Kentucky says that 1,074 Kentucky teachers violated state law when they participated and were a part of those rallies at the state's capital for several days at different times that resulted in schools being closed because of the lack of teachers in the classroom. However, Labor Secretary David Dickerson says that at this time there will be no penalties or ramifications as a result. They say, however, going forward, that is something for teachers to consider. There has also been a statement in the other side, if you will, from together Derek Graham, Joni Jenkins, and Rocky Atkins, Democratic leaders, who have said, quote, the administration has tried every trick in the book to undermine our teachers and their supporters. Its labor cabinet threatens them with fines for exercising their right to be heard on legislation directly affecting them. Its finance and administration cabinet all but locks the doors to the Capitol to shut down any form of dissent, and the governor calls them thugs and tries to take away their retirement. They, collectively, the three legislators, say our teachers in all of Kentucky deserve better than this. Dickerson did make a note that Kentucky law prohibits work stoppages for any employee in the public sector. He also says that those employees who are guilty of that, as such, could face fines of up to $1,000 each per day out of the classroom or out of their respective job. Now, more than ever, but arguably never enough, focus is being placed on our nation's mental health, most recently and most importantly after mass shootings in El Paso and Dayton and others. And the FCC thinks it might have an idea for a tool that could at least help. The chairman of the Federal Communications Commission is touting an idea to establish a hotline. They already have a hotline, but this will be a 3-number hotline for the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. Currently, that number that's in existence, which gets more than 2.25 million calls every year, the National Suicide Prevention Hotline, that number is a 1-800 number, 800-273-TALK or 8255. It's not easily memorable, but they say 988, a 3-digit number to call for that same hotline that would automatically link callers with counselors and those trained across the nation at more than 170 crisis centers. Linking them immediately would go much further to helping those folks in need at their time of crisis, and an easy number to remember. They say that with that number change, it's just going to make everything much more accessible. They'll be able to get the help they need. This so far has to be approved and passed and implemented, but right now appears to have the support to do so. Several indictments, I didn't count them, but several indictments coming from the Johnson County grand jury. One individual is about to hear indicted on a couple of serious and not that all that usual counts, including essentially practicing law without a license or trying to. One individual from Johnson County indicted in 5 separate indictments. A former Sayersville man, now most recently from Paintsville, has been indicted again, already under several indictments in Johnson and Magoffin counties. 45-year-old Matthew Owens has been indicted, this time on two charges from the Johnson County grand jury, one for tampering with public records and one for unlawful practice of law. I reached out today to Paintsville Police but was unable to reach anybody to find out some more details about the unusual charges. So at this time, all I know is that the grand jury charges that on or around this past June the 25th, he was tampering with public records by making a false entry in or falsely altering or destroying or concealing or removing a public record. We don't know what that public record is yet. And he also stands accused of unlawful practice of law for committing that offense by engaging in the practice of law. We'll try to find out the details and have those in a follow-up at a later time. Police didn't have to go far to execute the warrant. He's been lodged in the Big Sandy Jail since January the 17th on multiple charges for multiple indictments and investigations: possession of a controlled substance, trafficking in a controlled substance, meth, wanton endangerment in the first degree, burglary in the third degree, escape in the second, fleeing and evading police, and a host of other serious charges. Next is Javelina Meade of Paintsville, charged with criminal possession of a forged instrument. This is a second-degree Class D felony count. The indictment reads that on around August the 8th, she was in possession of an altered or forged Kentucky title, certification of title, for a 1995 Jeep Wrangler. Samuel Borders of East Point was indicted for DUI, fourth offense, persistent felony offender in the first degree, and failure to maintain insurance, and also having one headlight. This past March 20th, authorities say that he was stopped under the influence behind the wheel for at least the fourth time or more in the past 10 years, having at least 3 prior convictions within 10 years. And because of having 2 prior felonies on his record, he was also indicted for being a persistent felony offender. His bond was set at $15,000. The case brought before the grand jury by Trooper Bill Hall of the Kentucky State Police. Ed Pack of Inez was indicted on wanton endangerment in the first degree, fleeing and evading police in the first degree, improper display of registration plates, and no operators or moped license. This past June the 2nd in Johnson County, the grand jury says that he acted in a way creating substantial danger, possibly even death, to a Louisa woman who was in the vehicle with him. He failed to stop for signs and lights that were initiated by Deputy Lauren O'Brien with the Johnson County Sheriff's Department. He was operating a motor vehicle with registration plates attached to it that actually belonged to another vehicle and was operating without a valid driver's license. His bond set at $5,000. A couple of people indicted on multiple cases. The first, Paul Brooks of Riceville, named in 2 separate indictments, both for trafficking in controlled substance. Both cases brought before the grand jury by the Johnson County Sheriff's Department, both for trafficking in methamphetamine, on one occasion of March the 20th of this year and on March the 26th. On both occasions, he is believed to have made 2 controlled buys per an investigation by the Johnson County Sheriff's Department. Also named in indictments, Brandon Blair of Peavine Road or Lane in Van Leer. He was named in 5 separate indictments, 5 separate control buys at the behest of the Johnson County Sheriff's Department, all for trafficking in methamphetamine on different dates from February the 22nd to 28th, March. 3 different occasions in March, for a total of 5 indictments returned for Brandon H. Blair. Jennifer Kimball of Boone's Camp indicted for trafficking in a controlled substance, that being methamphetamine, on March the 20th. Scott Sammons of Paintsville indicted as well for trafficking in methamphetamine on May the 15th. Kenneth Kessner indicted for trafficking in methamphetamine on January the 29th. Fred T. Daniels of Warfield indicted for trafficking in methamphetamine, complicity with a firearm enhancement, as well as DUI and reckless driving. He was said to have been complicit with another person, a Melissa Shondell Robinson, who was also indicted for trafficking with a firearm enhancement and complicity. They were trafficking in meth, and there was also a .40 caliber high-point pistol in their possession. She was being indicted for being a persistent felony offender in the second degree for a prior felony on her record. And lastly, Cody Castle, address unknown, indicted for possession of a controlled substance, that being methamphetamine, public intoxication of drugs, and disorderly conduct in the second degree. More headlines in a few moments. Right now, it's somewhat short And sweet because it has a birthday wish, McGoffin Farm Bureau Community Calendar. A birthday wish to start off the community calendar this Friday, and it's for Kathy Salyer. Happy birthday to you. A lot of love from a lot of family and friends. Happy birthday, Kathy Salyer. And another relatively brief calendar tonight. A reminder, of course, tomorrow is Community Day. I don't think I need to remind you of that, but I'm going to anyway. And tomorrow evening, Wolfstock is at the Mountain Arts Center at 7, a fundraiser for the Animal Alliance of Eastern Kentucky. And as I try to remind you each and every night, hope you don't get tired of hearing that, but just in case you forgot, if you've got a calendar announcement you need on the show, birthday, anniversary, or for your church, group, nonprofit, what have you, tell me any way you can. I'll tell everyone else. Turning to funeral service announcements for this Friday, Janet Sue Morgan Marshall, 63, of Greasy Branch in Sayersville, passed away yesterday, the daughter of Reva Allen Marshall and the late Carl Morgan. She's survived by her husband, Paul Marshall of Sayersville, son Paul Marshall, and wife Renee of Sayersville, her mother, Reva Allen Marshall, and a host of other family and friends. Funeral services for Janet Marshall are going to be held this coming Tuesday morning at 11 o'clock from the Sayersville Funeral Home. Visitation will begin Sunday evening after 5, continue all day Monday, and up until Tuesday's funeral services. Once again, the Sayersville Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. I also have just in services being announced for 70-year-old Leona Mae Graham Maynard of Brushy Road, who passed away yesterday, preceded in death by her husband Lonnie Dale Maynard, and survived by her daughter Tina Maynard. Service is to be held this Sunday at noon at the Old Regular Baptist Pilgrim Home Church. The McGoffin County Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. And 39-year-old Margaret Ann Francis of Caldwell Road in Sayersville passed away day before yesterday, survived by her father Martin and mother Judy Ward Francis and companion Richard Caldwell, as well as sons Caden Tyler Lee Caldwell, Blake Caldwell, Keena Isaac, Leanna Caldwell, Caitlin Caldwell, and Emily Caldwell Gibson. Services to be held Sunday at 2 o'clock from the McGoffin County Funeral Home.
SSI and disability cases are harder to win these days. You need all the help you can get. If the government has turned you down, I will not. Many factors are considered when a claim is being processed, like your age, education, physical, and mental disabling conditions. When it comes time to winning your disability case, you should not face a federal judge alone. You need an attorney who is experienced, determined, hardworking, knowledgeable, and dedicated to helping you win benefits that you deserve. If you need help with your SSI or disability case, call me, Donald Wayne McFarland, and let me go to work for you.
Your new IGA has fresh brewed coffees and delicious donuts made 7 days a week. Daily made breads piled high with any meat or cheese you can think of. And come and taste the salads, broccoli and cauliflower, cornbread, and their gourmet chicken salad made fresh right here. They've got fruit and vegetable and meat trays made with a little love, and celebrate anything with perfectly professionally made cakes. All fresh and ready for your next meal, party, or event at your Sayersville IGA, where it's a new day, place, and way to shop. Big Sandy Healthcare and Hope Family Medical Center are proud to announce the newest addition to their staff and team of over 200 dedicated employees and medical professionals. Podiatrist Dr. Cheryl Stalder Cheney has joined Big Sandy Healthcare at the Hope Family Podiatry Center in Sayersville on Beriah Boulevard, just a couple of doors up from the Lee's Famous Recipe. For anything minor or serious foot or ankle related, Dr. Stalder Cheney is now accepting new patients at Hope Family Podiatry Center in Sayersville. From brakes, exhaust, suspension, fluid changes, to expert collision and auto body, to turning your 4x4 or diesel from mild to wild, get real auto maintenance, paint, and repair at Black Smoke Performance in Dixie of Sayersville. 349-8785. Here's a little of what's new at Parkway Gun and Pawn. A big selection of hunting, bowie knives, some to use, some to collect, or both, starting as low as $14.99 a piece. Hey gamers, while they last, they just got in 2 PS4 Pro editions in perfect condition. And as new, still in the packaging, big flat screens at big discounts. A new selection of kitchen gear and appliances, and even a new in-the-box 30-gallon electric hot water heater. You never know what you're going to save on, but you're always going to save at Parkway Gun and Pawn. I checked in with Sagersville Police just a few moments ago, following up on a traffic stop that they conducted earlier this afternoon, stopping a significant quantity of drugs. The exact quantity and type of some still yet to be known, but they believe being brought directly from Louisville to the McGoffin County area for resale. 3 men have been arrested and taken to the Big Sandy jail. Just some late breaking news, and a large amount of drugs and an unknown substance thus far to be tested. In fact, just before 6 o'clock, the 2 men were still en route or being booked in the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center. I don't have their charges yet or their mug shots, but these were pictures taken from the scene at a variety of drugs hidden in what appeared to be a cereal box. Right now, 3 men, I believe from the Louisville area, a William Mahoney, a Joshua Miller, and an Elijah Roberts, were in a vehicle in which Sagersville Police did a traffic stop on for a traffic violation. Chief of Police Matthew Watson and Neil Adams making the arrest of the 3 men. Several grams of what appears to be methamphetamine, a large baggie of an unknown substance which authorities could not field test and were leery of handling any more than that for obvious reasons. But these drugs believed to have been transported directly from Louisville to McGoffin County for resale. The traffic stop happened on Route 40 just outside of the city limits. I'll have more on this report on Monday. We'll go out with a little entertainment for you in just a few seconds, if amusement parks and roller coasters are your thing. Some really super cool animation that gives you a really good idea as to what you can expect. Thought I could feel it there for a minute. So we'll take you to a little promo from Kings Island in just a few seconds, because a lot of folks love to go there when they get the chance, young and older alike. Right now, however, before we do that, let's go on to your Licking Valley RACC Outlook, where we got some good news, some warm and hot but good news for your Community Day weekend. Indeed, short and sweet it is, albeit a little hot and humid this weekend, but no showers and storms to deal with until later on next week, and maybe not even till maybe Tuesday or so. We'll get there slowly. We'll start off with tonight's low of around 67 degrees with nothing more than mostly clear skies and a calm wind to wrap up your Friday and work week, I hope, for everyone. A lot of folks I know are going to work right on through the weekend, and a lot of folks will have to do so in the heat tomorrow. We're going to push 90 degrees on your Saturday, so mostly sunny and hot. 90 degrees and a very light wind, a calm wind becoming maybe southwest around 5 miles per hour or so in the afternoon. That's all the relief you're going to get tomorrow, and humidity levels will creep up along with the temperatures. 70 for tomorrow night's low, mostly sunny, mostly clear, start to finish for your Saturday. Still a great day for Community Day. No need for an umbrella this year. That's always good news. Sunday, sunny and 89. Sunday night, partly cloudy and 70. Monday, we're going to hold on to 90 degrees again. Coming back with 90 and partly sunny and hot at the first of the week. We'll do so with technically only a 10% chance of some showers at the first of your week. So obviously not much of a threat there. But those shower chances do start to increase. Not greatly, but they do increase from there on the rest of the week. Going on to Tuesday with 88 and 70 and a 20% chance. Wednesday, we've got temperatures of 85 and 66. Watch temperatures take a bit of a dive here. We got a cold front coming that gives us shower chances and also some cooler air. Like you see here, Wednesday, 85, partly sunny, a 40% chance of showers. And on the back of that front, Thursday, 82 and 67. Still some sunshine, shower chances still showing up at around 30%. And for Friday of next week, extending on a little further, temperatures should start to climb back up, but a little bit slow. I think we'll see the low 80s again on Friday of next week, partly sunny and still at 20% chance. It's time to see what a great time just $10 can get you while you help out a lot of amazing organizations. It's time for the 16th annual McGoffin County Community Day, featuring Russell Moore and Third Time Out, Ralph Stanley II and the Clinch Mountain Boys, Hammertown, Blue Highway, Nathan and Chessie Arnett Band, Route 1081, Terry Miller and Traveler, plus the Project Echo Kids and a special performance by Waylon Bays. And of course, more food, fun, games, and prizes than you can stand. And not only does your $10 get you in, but it also gets you entered to win this Ford Fusion to be given away that night. And kids under 12 get in free at the 16th annual McGoffin County Community Day, Saturday, August the 17th, all starting at 10 a.m. If you've never seen what's inside the seasonal shop, you've never seen anything like it. And if you have seen what's inside the seasonal shop, you've never seen it like this. From all the styles of pillows, dishware, bedding, and wall hangings, it's full of beautiful home decor. And there are frames for anyone and any occasion. There are neat and unique ways to design and do it yourself. There are flowers too perfect to be real. And from expecting moms to newborns, toddlers, teens, and adults, the fashions and designs and jewelry are simply endless and always changing at Fraser's Prater Drugs Seasonal Shop. Getting the best deal on the best tires with the best service has never been easier. Just log on to ConleyTire.net, check out the latest rebates, sales, and promotions, pick out the tires you want, and email, call, or come by. For huge savings from the family who's been proudly serving the area for over 32 years. Conley Tire in Staffordsville, 297-2424. Just like that, we've jumped into the spring allergy season with all the buds and blooms, tree and grass pollen, mold, and all the nasal congestion, sneezing, itchy nose and eyes and throat that they cause. Don't get caught off guard. Protect yourself daily with a quick trip to Parkway Pharmacy for over-the-counter and prescription relief. And you can always log into parkwaypharmacy.com to have your prescriptions ready when you get there at Parkway Pharmacy in Sayersville.
Appalachian Wireless has a question for you. Would you rather pay $650 or $66 for a smartphone? If you think this answer is simple, then the Appalachian Advantage plan is for you. Pay less upfront for today's hottest smartphones, and then pay just a few dollars more every month on the monthly bill. Many smartphones are $5 a month or less after you factor in the $20 discount from the Advantage plan compared to the contract offering. Better service, bigger savings. That's today's Appalachian Wireless. Payment agreement required. See store for details.
Yeah, I may have gotten just a little bit woozy just watching it on the monitor in front of me. It's a pretty good animation. And to be honest with you, as I get older, it doesn't take that much to have that feeling or sensation anymore. Didn't do that when I was a kid. So I don't know that I'll be getting on this roller coaster anytime soon or at all. It's going to be here pretty soon as the spring of next year. Orion, you're just going to have to take a look to see. Yeah, you know how when you go over a dip in the road or kind of go over a little hill and come down, or how your stomach feels when the elevator starts going down real quick? I figured this is probably worse than that. This is just a different view that gives you an even broader scope of things. This is a 300-foot drop that starts this ride off, ultimately hitting 91 miles an hour, 5,328 feet long by my math. That's more than a mile. There are 8 hills, and it is the tallest, fastest, longest steel coaster at Kings Island. Yeah, the tallest and fastest and longest roller coaster in the history of Kings Island. Wow. Well, be sure, if you can at all, stop by the Ramey Park in Sayersville tomorrow and help support those nonprofit organizations who will be participating in Community Day. Don't forget, of course, there's the car that will be won by someone, and you're entered in that automatically with your $10 ticket that gets you into a full day worth of entertainment. They're also going to be raffling off 2 Lower Arena UK tickets. The money machine is there. There's a lot of other cash prizes. All those groups are either serving food and or raffling off a lot of great prizes and items. Everything from, who knows what there's going to be this year, but There's everything from riding mowers to guns to cakes to pies and you name it. It's a great way to spend at least a portion of your day and hopefully a portion of your money that will go back directly and matched by the Community Foundation to our community. So we hope to see you there. With that said, thank you all for watching. We'll see you back here Monday.